So if I go back into Cinema 4D, all right, in Cinema 4D, I've got my texture. I'm going to choose Reload All Textures. Say yes. And now my texture has been applied to the to my ramp object. And you can see that since I had taken the time to align my polygons on the UV map, that the stripe aligns on all surfaces on my ramp. I'm going to export this as an FBX file so that we can use this in our Unity game. But there's a couple things that I need to do to make sure that the texture shows up properly. One is that I want to hide or toggle off the visibility of this wireframe map. We don't want that showing up on our texture, so I'm just going to toggle this as the top. This is our asphalt, this is our stripe here, and this is the wireframe. So let me turn that off, and then I'm going to go to my object, and I'm going to go to the object menu and choose Bake Object. We want to be able to bake that material directly into the object, otherwise it's not going to show up in Unity. So I want to choose Keep UVs, I want to choose Single Texture, and I want to choose Replace Objects. I'll make the width and height the same as we created our texture, so 1024 wide by 1024 high. All right, let's go ahead and make the format JPEG. And I'm going to choose where to save it. All right, so I saved it into my models folder, and I'm going to choose Bake. All right, let's close out of this. We'll go to File, Export, FBX. Hit OK. And then go ahead and save it into our models folder. Now that I have my FBX file with the material baked in, what I'm going to do is go back to Unity, and I am going to, let's hide this. I'm going to go to my models folder. Again, this is not inside of my Unity project. This is a completely separate folder. I have my JPEG that I baked into the ramp, and I have my FBX file that I created. So I'm going to find my materials folder inside of my assets folder in my project in Unity. I'm going to drag my texture, which is the JPEG, into the materials folder. And then I'm going to go to my models folder. This is the models folder inside of my Unity project. And I'm going to drag my my FBX ramp into the models folder. And I can already see in the little preview that the ramp does have the texture applied to it. So let me go ahead and drag that into my scene, and I can see that there it is. So what I can do is I can replace my previous ramps with my new ramp. All right, so I went ahead and I replaced my previous ramps with the new ramp, and I'm going to go ahead and play. Let's test it out. See what things look like. So there's my Those are my little ramps. Look like roadways. Oops. Now, here's something to notice. I'm going right through these things. So what am I missing? Well, I'm missing a collider. So let's add a collider to each of these. Let's do a mesh collider. It'll conform to the object. All right, and let's give it another try and see if, rather than going through the ramps, I go up the ramp. Let's see. There we go. All right, so don't forget to add a mesh collider to your FBX objects that you import into Unity.